From onboarding new hires to running payroll to managing insurance and employee benefits, human resources can get really overwhelming really quickly. As a busy business owner, we know you don't have time to sort through it all.
That's where we come in. As the team behind Core Business Resources, a niche HR consulting firm, we have over 50 years of combined experience with helping business owners and managers navigate all things HR.
And don't worry, our podcast will be way more fun than reading an HR handbook.
Which you need, by the way.
On this podcast, we'll answer questions about all things HR, like, is my business too small to offer insurance to my team?
Or is it time to bring my staff back into the office?
Or do I really have to worry about diversity?
I'm Aaliyah, the CEO and founder of Core Business Resources, or CBR HR.
I'm Megan, lead HR consultant for CBR.
And I'm Liz, CBR's HR and insurance and benefits specialist.
And together, we're your human resource. Today, our podcast titled Every Day I'm Hustlin' is all about how the outsource HR business model benefits businesses across the country. Today, we're going to do a quasi deep dive and to look behind the curtain, as they say, to discuss how does the business owner outsource HR business model work? Mm-hmm. What are the advantages of outsourcing HR services for business owners? What should a business owner or manager expect from their outsource HR provider? And lastly, how to make the most out of the outsource human resources partnership so that your company can thrive.
So let's dive into the mechanics of the outsource HR business model. HR outsourcing is a contractual agreement between an employer and an external third-party firm that agrees to manage various aspects of HR. Most firms, like ours, will work with their clients to customize the outsourced human resources functions based on their needs and desires to ensure that their human capital is managed in a compliant way. The opportunity for outsourcing can be as small as what's called single source outsourcing, where one particular aspect of the HR function is outsourced. For example, recruiting and managing applicant tracking and screening for new hires, or as broad as outsourcing all HR functions. What is consistent is that each client is able to and should, in partnership with their outsourced vendor, create a customized agreement that fully supports the client based on their needs, and that usually evolves as the relationship develops and as the business evolves.
Our human capital firm has been supporting businesses since 2015. It's interesting, even though our client list is very varied, there's a lot of consistency when it comes to the things that they need. For example, the majority of our clients are typically looking for onboarding and offboarding, HRIS, which is Human Resource Information Systems Management, or the sort of computer programs that you manage all that on. Although some of our clients are still using paper files in 2024, yes. Handbooks, standard operating protocol, creation and maintenance, benefits and insurance administration, payroll, risk management, performance management, and then good old general human resources compliance.
Now let's walk through the primary benefits of outsourcing your human resources department. What is the benefit to any business to outsource their HR department? And you know what it is? It's money, cost effectiveness. Mm-hmm. Outsourcing HR functions is typically more cost effective than hiring in-house HR staff. Business owners save on salaries, benefits, and training cost. And since outsourcing is a contractor model, owners save on employment taxes and benefits.
The second benefit of outsourcing your HR functions to an external team is expertise. Outsourcing firms specialize in HR functions and can provide expert advice and guidance. HR firms and their HR consultants stay up to date on human resource laws and best practices, which can be especially beneficial for small businesses that may not have the resources to stay current on HR regulations. Our team typically spends 1 to 2 hours each day researching a federal or state HR law or mandate or topic for a client. Additionally, we have to maintain a certain number of continuing education credits for our certifications, which require us to stay up to date with current HR topics.
The third benefit of outsourcing your HR functions is it allows business owners to focus on their core business activities. Megan, do you remember our first tagline?
I sure do.
Focus on your passion while we do your paperwork. That was a good one. An oldie but a goodie.
Yeah.
That was a good one. And what we were speaking to is by outsourcing HR functions, business owners and their employees can focus on their core business activities that drive revenue and growth, rather than getting bogged down in administrative tasks. And this is the reason that we titled this podcast, Every Day I'm Hustlin'. By outsourcing your company's HR functions, business owners can transfer the human resources work, which is not their primary interest, to firms like ours who manage that work efficiently so that they can focus on their passion.
The fourth benefit to outsourcing your HR functions is scalability. Outsourcing HR functions allows businesses to easily scale up or down as needed. If your business is growing rapidly or needs to downsize, an HR outsourcing partner can adapt to your changing needs very easily. Our relationship is nimble, and of course, we hope it grows as your company grows, but we can contract our support if you need us to.
And the last benefit of outsourcing your HR functions is compliance and risk management. Outsource HR firms ensure your business is in compliance with labor laws and regulations, reducing the risk of costly fines or lawsuits. The majority of our clients are based in California, and that is because employment laws in California are so rigorous. Business owners need our team to manage their teams of people and ensure that all of their HR transactions are compliant, legal, and aligned with their company policies.
Now that you understand the basics of how to work with an outsourced partner and what the benefits are of outsourcing your HR, let's talk about what to expect from your HR outsource team. First, your outsourced HR team will create a specialized HR solution for your company. A reputable HR outsourcing company will work with the business owner or management team to tailor the HR services to your specific needs. If it falls under the wide umbrella of HR services, it should be discussed and considered for outsourcing. Ultimately, it is always up to the business owner on what they would like to outsource versus keep in-house. With this information, we'll create a statement of work in the consulting agreement that outlines exactly what the outsourced HR team's responsibilities will be. Next, the outsourcing HR firm will present a plan of transition on how we're going to work in coordination with the business to onboard ourselves as an active vendor and partner to support your team. The timeline is essentially a project plan that helps us transition into the business. In that, we're going to schedule meetings, we're going to list out any initial or ongoing deliverables, and begin to systematically support the business and manage their HR. Within about 1 to 2 months, the client will begin to see some improvements of what they've outsourced to us, and the business should overall see better organization across the business. Setting up a consistent meeting cadence is really important. Ongoing communication between the business and the outsourced HR team is super important. Tweaks may need to be made to the systems to ensure that everything is going well with the transition. And additionally, we want to set goals for the transition that will provide key performance indicators for how that transition is going.
So I think we have been given a good overview, but I think one thing is missing, and that is, how do our clients get the most of the outsourced HR relationship?
There's one word: communicate.
Yeah.
This is no shock that to get the most out of this business relationship, just as with most relationships, you have to communicate. It starts with creating a clear plan for the project. Before you hire an outsourced HR firm, meet with your management and your teams to determine what your pain points are so that you are able to be really clear about specifically what you want to outsource. Screen several companies to look for an outsourced partner that aligns with the service offering that you're looking for. Once you hire a firm, work in coordination with the team to make sure the transition aligns with your business, and if it doesn't, change the plan. During the onboarding, attend the meetings, ask questions, request for adjustments to the plan when necessary. When things don't work, definitely tell your outsourced partner. But also, when things work well, tell them that also. The goal is to create a mutually beneficial relationship, which can only be done if the business owner and their management, as well as the outsourced firm, are communicating clearly and effectively. The expertise and support that an outsourced firm can add to your organization is truly impactful, especially when you pick the right partner. Plan well and also properly execute the plan to outsource the HR functions.
Please stay tuned and remember to like or follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn at Core Business Resources.
Thank you so much for listening to Your Human Resource. If you need more hands-on support from our team, visit CBRHR.com and fill out our contact form. If you enjoyed this podcast, don't forget to subscribe to the show on Apple, Spotify, or YouTube. We'll see you in the next episode.